Okay. Don't get excited. It's not what you think it is. But it's still equally, almost as equally as exciting. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video, pay almost no attention to the box itself. It's a very cool box, but it's not indicative of what is in here. Almost. There might be some stuff in here. I don't know that involves the iMac. But anyway, the video has almost nothing to do with the box itself. This video is actually a follow-up. Technically, it could be considered part 2 of the Apple II haul video that I did, God, about a month ago. Now, I haven't had time to do many videos with my wife's work schedule completely upending and changing a lot of things around, so I haven't had time to record. But this is actually part 2 of that video because, as I said in that Apple II video, the gentleman that got me all that Apple II stuff, the Apple IIe, the monitors, the Duo drives, the image writer printer that's over here, he said he had a box of more computer stuff because he was clearing out his uncle's house. But he's been very busy out in the field, and he brought this box in with some other stuff and said, hey, we're still clearing out the house. Do you want more computer stuff? I said, absolutely, because he did mention there was a box of floppies that might be for the Apple IIe, and I hope there is. He said there was some 5 1/4 floppies, so hopefully that's what's in here. Now, I do know a little bit of what's in here. I brought it home. I had it upstairs. I opened it up, and I started taking some stuff out because I was kind of curious, making sure it wasn't just a bunch of random garbage. And then I saw there was actually some neat stuff in here, so I decided to put everything back, most of what I took out back in here. So I do know there's some books and some 3.5-inch floppies, but I didn't dig too deep in this box. So we're going to do that right now because I'm curious as to what's in here fully because, yeah. And unfortunately, no, there is no iMac. And real quick, I am recording this both horizontally and vertically, so this might be YouTube Shorts or TikTok stuff later, so we'll have to see when we get to that point. But unfortunately, no, the iMac that this box is for is not in here, and he didn't say if there was a computer. He didn't say nothing about a bright, colorful monitor. But what is funny, though, is the original stuff he brought, there was a printer that does match this blueberry aesthetic. It's a Canon, older one. I don't think it works, but hopefully that iMac is at that house still, because the box for it this is a slot load iMac. So it's one of the earlier iMacs. I would absolutely love to get my hands on that if it's still there. But anyway, so much stuff. All right, we have a box of a bunch of floppies I need to sort. Oh yeah, there's 3.5, and there's 5 1/4, and one of them does say disc 2 discware. Looks like it was write protected at some point, so maybe there might be Apple IIe stuff in here. We got a Surge Arrest Professional APC surge protector. Kind of a nice thing to have these because I am trying to set up my computer room, like I've said before. I'm trying to find ways to kind of hook everything up. So to have these wall mount style surge protectors would be really helpful. Piece of clear plastic on a hinge. We have a USB Zip 100 drive. That's going to be dead useful. Oh, heck yeah. And it's actually a nice transparent blue color. I miss when technology did this. WordPerfect 6.0, DrawPerfect, or WordPerfect Draw 2.1 for Windows. Mastering WordPerfect, including 4.1 colored poster included. Well, I want the poster. Oh, there it is. The Cybex quick thing for WordPerfect. Mac OS 8.5 troubleshooting book. Okay, so something for the iMac. The HP DeskJet 560C Owner's Guide. WordPerfect 6 Quick Reference Guide. AppleWorks Made Easy, and he bookmarked a page. Set standard value. So he must have been doing some database stuff. The Apple II User's Guide for the Plus and the 2E. That's actually really useful. Explains the 2, 2 Plus, 2E, and Enhanced 2E, including thorough guide of ProDOS and DOS 3.3. Mastering AppleWorks. Yeah, this guy was doing some serious AppleWorks stuff. Database files, how to make, ooh, yeah. data transfer switch. There it is. The Epson 740i. The owner's guide for that really cool translucent printer that's out in my garage. DeskJet 820CXI and CSE printers setup guide. HP PSE 700 series. My iMac. Heck yeah. Includes free software on CD-ROM. So yeah, this is for the slot load Mac. And look at that. The bonus software disk. Probably already archived somewhere, so it's kind of neat. Move stuff from your old Mac to your new iMac. Speed up your iMac with 10 easy steps. Get more out of AppleWorks for Mac. CD-ROM includes Norton antivirus. Yeah, that's free expander and utility product from Aladdin. Recover It backup utility service from Dance, and iMac library of 30 app utilities, applications, icon sets, games, including demos of the iMac version of Dark Vengeance, Load Runner, Civ 2, and StarCraft. Oh, that'd be cool to try out. I need to get one of those iMacs working now. Yeah, even though this is meant, this would be meant for the slot loading Mac OS 8.5, I bet they'd work on OS 9. So that's being kept up. Oh, the software for the iMac, the software restore. So this should be 8.5, which I don't think I can actually use. Because I think all my iMacs, even that oldest one, the oldest one I can take is I believe 8.6. I believe. A guide to simple meals for Windows 95 and Power Macintosh. Quicken 98. Oh heck yeah. Adobe PageMill 3.0. Kai's Photo Soap. Clean up your images. Worldbook Mac Edition. Not for resale disc 1 and disc 2. Sweet. Oh, I really am hoping this guy comes across this iMac. We have a bunch of floppy boxes here. They all say, well, this one says high density. This says double density, high density. This one's open. Put that cover back on. We'll set these up here. I'm going to go through those here in a minute. Oh, we have a phone cable. Oh, I have been needing one of these. We have a really old composite cable. That must be for Apple. Set that up. Oh, yeah. Yes. The Apple II's owner's manual. Oh, heck yeah. Tucking full. This is going to be awesome. I think it's for the, for the non-enhanced E. Then yes, it's foolish. And yeah, it's silly of me to get excited for having the physical owner's manual, but it's one of those neat things that, having the physical, like, hands-on copy is nice. Yeah, this is archived somewhere, again, like most software here is going to be, but yeah, the fact that, I have the physical copy of the owner's guide for it, that's going to make setting up a 2E setup really nice. PFS Window Works. Windows 3.1, DOS 5.0, 36, 4 meg of memory, hard disk, high density drive, properly installed mouse. What do you mean by properly installed? Like, did you plug it in wrong improperly or something? Manual for the 80-column text card, 2E only, with the errata page. This is nice. So yeah, this is going to be pretty useful when I get to, I need to make some floppies for the 2E that's specific to it, because all the stuff I have is for the 2 Plus. So I need to make a card, so I need to make floppies that will be compatible with the 80-column text card and stuff, because I want to test out every bit of those machines, because I don't know what works and what doesn't work until I have appropriate software. Yeah, I didn't get to this stuff yet. The Apple II Memory Expansion Board User's Guide. So this should tell me how much RAM it can take. Turn off, insert. Okay, the Apple II expansion card adds extra RAM to your Apple II, 2 Plus, or 2E. So this is compatible with the 2 Plus. The standard memory expansion comes with 256K, can be expanded up to 1 whole megabyte. This will not allow you to run Apple IIe software on a 2 Plus. You can copy programs like AppleWorks to the memory expansion card, make programs run faster. Okay, so yeah, so I was wrong. It's a 1 meg card, and it's fully compatible with the 2 Plus. So that's a really nice manual to have on hand, actually. The Image Writer 2 manual. Oh, this is, and this is kind of neat to have, especially because, it shows what cables I need, how to use it, how to, maybe it's got that thing, how to connect to Elisa, how to connect to Half scripts, superscripts. Physical owner's guide. Again, it's archived somewhere, but again, having a physical copy of it's really nice to have on hand. The Super Serial Card User's Guide for the 2 Plus 2E. Heck yeah. I mean, this is, again, simple stuff that's already here, but this actually says what each switch actually does. It doesn't. It's not like if you go to ADD Pro, it just says what switches to set. This actually says what the switches do if you're in printer mode or modem mode. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty useful actually. It even has a quick reference guide. What each switch does, like exactly. Oh my gosh, feels like I'm looking at like a. I just realized as I unfolded this, it's like I was looking at like some pinup calendar. Like, oh, look at those data bits. Baud rate down to 50 all the way up to 19,200. That's actually pretty fast for something from the 80s. Actually, maybe, I don't know. For how to use it, for under DOS and BASIC, any slot 1 through 7 use init or PR. Under Pascal, use slot 2, and then printer mode, yeah, same thing over here. Stop bits, that's a stupidly useful. This is a useful as heck book. The ProDOS User's Manual, how to use ProDOS. What you need: Apple II with 64K of RAM and display device, 2 blank discs. Yeah, it's just so neat that I have the actual owner's guide for all this stuff. Especially, yeah, like I said, it's all out there, but woohoo! Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, quick reference guide. Supplement to ProDOS for the 2E. What is different? Replaces chapter 4 of the manual. Not all 2E owners will need to read it. Look at the back cover of your Apple IIe's owner's manual. Find part number in the lower right corner. Okay, so this is the supplement isn't useful to me because it says if I have a certain part number for the manual, but I have the later revision of the manual. So this must be an older version. Yeah, I'll have to read through this and see if it's the same information on that later revision. Multi-scribe word processor for the 128K 2E and 2C. Microsoft Windows for Workgroups and DOS 6.2 operating system manual. Ooh. Now, that is a thick, chunky book. MS-DOS 6.21, the version included with your new PC, does not include double-space compression. The documentation you received in references to double-space feature. Please disregard any reference to double-space. We apologize for any inconvenience. There's a freaking part number on this errata paper. I love it. WordPerfect 6.0 for Windows. Install a Norton antivirus. That's useful. Ooh, Monitor 2 User's Manual. Yeah, just a user's guide for the standard Monitor 2 that I got, the two of them. How to use it with basically anything. Connecting your Monitor 2. It's a state-of-the-art design that incorporates the following features for your viewing comfort. Tilting screen, 80-column display with reverse and normal video, choice of amber or green. Amber or green? Or is that just this is just generic because you can get them amber or green. It's not both. I was going to say, wait a minute, I don't remember there being a switch anywhere on there that changes color. The extended 80-column text card supplement for the 2E only. This should be for the one that's in the Enhance. Yeah, this supplement comes with the 8 and 2E extended 80-column text card and describes the added feature compared to the original 80-column text card. From the user standpoint, the cards are identical, but it's a little bit. I like the way this is worded. From the user standpoint of view, the extended 80-column text card is just like the standard 80-column text card. Oh, it's a little bigger, costs more, but the technical differences between the two kinds of text card are hidden by software. I am glad I have this because I actually could not find this online. So unless it is out there, if somebody knows if this is already out there, please let me know. If not, I will find a way to try and scan these pages in and archive them. And if I can't, I'm sure I trust enough of the other YouTubers out there like Tech Tangents or Adrian or whoever else can do it that I could ship this to them. That way they could have properly archived it. If not. Quick reference guide for the Apple II. Printer output for word processor, functions for spreadsheet. Oh, AppleWorks quick reference card. So there might be some AppleWorks floppies in here. That'd be nice. I mean, I got a whole bunch of AppleWorks stuff with that original floppy lot a while ago, but there was no boot up floppies with that. It was just all AppleWorks stuff. So the Duo Disc Owner's Manual. Apparently there's supposed to be I'll get a picture of this later, but there's supposed to be like a metal block that you install on the original 2 and 2 Plus to basically give it kind of permanent style mounting points that the 2E has. And this is something interesting too. Note for 2 Duo Disc drives, if you're installing a second Duo Disc drive, install it in the slot next to the first controller card so they're controllable. Interesting. So you can't daisy chain them, but you can connect 2 separate Duo Disc drives. I kind of wondered about that. I wonder if that's why he had 3 and 2 machines, if he was doubling up one. But there was only one controller card each, so I don't know. But I kind of hinted at that when I did the Apple II Plus video last year. The slots don't care what the card is; it only cares about what the boot ROM code is on the ROM chip on the card, where it inserts it into its individual memory address. Because that's kind of how the Apple II works. So there's no reason why you couldn't put 2. Like it says here, you can put 2 controller cards, or 3 or more. Terms and conditions for the Apple computer, that's going to go with the Mac. Apple Service and Support Guide for the iMac. User's Guide, which is literally one piece of paper for your Mac. Learn the basics. Register. Use your Mac. Installing memory. Oh, a guide to the documentation. So Apple made a user's guide, which is basically a guide not to how to use the iMac, but a guide of the guides for the documentation. Oh, Apple, I love you sometimes. Sam's Teach Yourself iMac. Quick steps for fast results in just 10 minutes. WordPerfect for Windows version 5.2. PC stuff. DeskJet 500. WordPerfect version 6 for Windows. Good God, these books are massive just for a typing program. And somebody's handwriting of how to install a program in Windows. Somebody's handwritten guide here. We have a keyboard. The FK6000 keyboard. Awesome. Oh, got a little piece of paper here. Yeah, we have an AT style keyboard. But yeah, it looks like it's just a generic AT keyboard. A little dirty. Not bad. Is it membrane or? I'm assuming membrane. So yeah, pretty nice keyboard. The FK6000. Oh no, it's not. This is a NMB keyboard for Windows 95. Okay, so keyboard's in the wrong box, but still, it's a working AT keyboard. Not too bad. What's that piece of paper that was in it? User's guide. Keyboard cable connects through a 5-pin DIN or 6-pin mini DIN with adapter. Oh, no way. I'm really wishing that this was in there then, because the FK6000 has an AT-XT slide switch for XT compatibles. That would have been so useful to have. So useful, because I only have one working XT keyboard. Oh, all right. Okay, what else? Last thing. Somebody wrote 9-pin on it, and it just says keyboard for $39.95. Ooh, this one's like new. Still in its bag. Now that is a very nice AT style keyboard. I'm gonna get some pictures of these two later, but that's a very nice keyboard. Ooh, that feels nice too. Not a fan of the enter key style. They moved the backslash key down between Control and Alt. Control, Alt, and Delete, or Shift, Control, and Alt are actually different colors. That feels pretty good. But this is a very nice, it's like a Model M clone. Oh, I take the cap off on this one. I believe, I'm not sure what mechanism that is, because that feels feels like a membrane, but it could also be like one of those hybrid mechanicals. What makes this? This is the oh, they were in the wrong they were in the wrong boxes. Oh, this is the FK6000. And yeah, there's a switch right there on the bottom. AT and X. It's not new. It is a little dirty. I'll need to clean it up. But yeah, I have an XD compatible keyboard. Oh, this is awesome. That means I can run the 5150, the Turbo XT clone, and the AT side by side now. I don't have to keep switching keyboards between the XT and the Turbo XT, or the. I don't have to keep switching the. I don't have to switch the keyboard between the 5150 and the Turbo XT, and this means that I can also have a keyboard now for the IBM 5160, which I'm going to start restoring that this winter. So, oh, this is okay. I'm going to put these in their correct boxes. All right, so we have an FK6000 switchable keyboard, NMB. Yeah, because that cardboard fits a lot better on there. Why did I wondered why that didn't fit on there correctly, but now I have an AT, and like I said, that's really nice because, like I mentioned, I only have one working XT compatible keyboard, and it's that Northgate OmniKey. Time to tackle these floppies. I'm kind of curious. Okay, so this is all the 3.5-inch stuff that I've got sorted. There's some interesting things here. All of these here are all double-sided, high-density, 1.44 meg floppies. There's about 90 3.5-inch floppies here that all have, unfortunately, personal information from what I can tell. There's some things that say like teddy.bitmap or figurine.bitmap. So there's some things on here I want to go through, maybe on my 46 or maybe a Windows XP machine with a floppy drive, maybe my Q66 over here, and just see what's all on here. But most of it seems like personal information, like Quicken stuff, accounting stuff, housing stuff. So all of these are probably going to get formatted and wiped. There's two here that are really interesting. One says command.com, which is very interesting that it's just command.com on a 3.5-inch floppy. So I kind of wonder if it was a boot floppy at some point. This one just says, in big bold, don't use. Whole bunch of double-sided double density, 720K, so this would be good for the Amiga. This little pouch here has all the installation drivers for the HP DeskJet, the 820C, for use with 3.1 or Windows 95. So I had the driver disk for an older printer if I could, do something with that. This case, though, this is really interesting, because all of these floppies here, all 16 of them, are Arts and Letters graphics editor from 1992. I really couldn't find too much on this yet so far, so hopefully all these floppies work, because I kind of want to try out, see what it is. PFS Windows Works Plus. So I actually have the software for that book I found. We have a diskette that literally just says VGA Master. That sounds like a spoof video game villain. Like a video game based off like computer like cliches and stuff, and he's just VGA Master. These floppies here, we have MS-DOS 6.21, not 2.2, 2.1, and we have Windows 3.11 for workgroups, so the one that has the networking stuff built into it. That's going to be really nice, and I hope all these floppies work, because that's actually something I've been wanting to test out on the 486 over here, was install Windows 3.1. Or, I guess, build a Windows 3.1 PC and something like that. So, that's 3.5 inch stuff. Let's tackle the 5 1/4 because I'm curious. Okay, so I've got all of the 5 1/4 stuff here kind of somewhat sorted out, and there's some fairly interesting things here. The least interesting is we have System Master Disk DOS 3.3, so we have the boot floppy for the Apple IIe and II Plus. No Pro DOS, which is weird. We have a whole bunch of AppleWorks stuff here, but I think the guy was just paranoid because what we have: startup, AppleWorks, program, startup, backup. Multiple copies of the startup and boot programs for AppleWorks. We have some that just say recipes. These are just some unknown ones that just say A98, A97, A90 print shop stuff. These over here, these for WordStar, for literally it just says IBM. It just says WordStar IBM, tutorial 3 of 6, IBM DOS, and WordStar tutorial 1 of 2. These are all, I don't know. There's some random stuff here. We got the Diskware 2 that I saw earlier that just says something journals, card, personal information, copy plus, house classics, sideways. So yeah, some basic randomness from an Apple II floppy lot. We have one that literally just says ASCII file. No idea what it is. These two are actually very interesting. Now I was kind of hoping with there being CPM cards or Z80 cards in those 2Es that there'd be some CPM stuff. And there was, but I'm confused. These two here, one says AppleWorks CPM version 2.1, no programs, and then AppleWorks CPM version 1.3 startup. Now what's weird about that is they both say AppleWorks CPM, and as far as I can tell from some Google searching, there is no such thing as AppleWorks CPM, so I don't know what these are. Pretty interesting floppies here. So yeah, this video was completely unprompted and unexpected because I'll admit I was not expecting the guy to show up with anything when he did, especially in a box like that. And I'll admit I may have got way too excited when I saw that it was a slot loading iMac box. But even though it's not as cool as a slot loading iMac, this is still some really cool retro computer stuff here. It's not computers in general, it's documentation stuff for retro computers and some software. Like, this is actually a really exciting neat little retro haul here. Some keyboards, some documentational books, iMac stuff, an entire suite of the owner's guide for the Apple II series. I mean, look at this. Bunch of 5 1/4 and 3.5 inch floppies. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff to go through here. I need to basically fire up my probably my Q66 XP machine over here and start checking all these floppies out, see what's on them, wiping them, formatting these, getting them ready for use. Even if only half of this stack works, that's still, there's about 100 floppies here, so about 50, even if only 50 of them work, that's still 50 more than I have. Definitely going to be archiving the software in this little blue case here. As for the 5 1/4, I'm definitely going to be wiping the personal information ones, getting rid of that. Anyway, with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching this really impromptu video, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was completely unscripted and spur of the moment, like I said. I've been doing a lot of those lately, actually. Because I was actually not expecting for this guy to bring a box of computer stuff, so, nearly at the end of the day. And also, not to only just bring a box not only that big, but a really cool historical box that big, because the label on the box at the top of that box says it's a 233 Bondi blue iMac, which means that's one of the first of the iMac G3s, which I really hope that computer's still there so I can get my hands on it. But yeah, if you know any of the information about any of the stuff that I have here, any of these software books, the iMac stuff, anything about these 2E manuals, or any of the software that I kind of talked about here, because yeah, obviously the Windows for Workgroups and DOS 6.21, that's common stuff to find, but if you know any of the software from the 2E side of things that I might have found, because I've never heard of AppleWorks CPM, and I've never come across anything like that, even on any archive sites. So if anybody knows what that is, please put it down in the comments, because I'm dying to check that stuff out. In fact, I might actually, once I get some other videos done, for a video, bring out the Apple IIe and just run through all these floppies and just see what's all here, because I'm actually deadly curious here. So anyway, again, thank you all so much for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.